Voila! I've deleted the pivot table that we had right here, and I'm going to show you how to walk through and make sure that we create a pivot table the right way. So first thing we want to do is select the data that we want, like so, and make sure that we collect everything, the recruiters, the job rec number, the start date, salary, and some of this other information that we want. Important because these will be our filters that we'll talk about in just a little bit. So we want to go up to insert up here, and then there's a pivot table on the very left side, and we're going to go ahead and click that. And since we've already selected our data, we already have that select a table or range, so all of that would go in here. And you have the option of putting it in a new worksheet, which shows up down on the bottom, or we can put it in the existing worksheet. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for simplicity's sake, and I'm going to go ahead and put it here, and that's where it's going to pop up. And here's our pivot table without any field data in it. So this is what it looks like, so don't be alarmed when you do it yourself and there's no data in it. What we need to do to solve the problem is to make sure that we have our salary level, because we want to be able to find out how many people are being paid in each location. And so that is a very important part. On the pivot table fields over here, you can see all the data that we have, or the names, so the recruiters, the job rec, the start date, and so on. And we want to make sure that we have our salary level, which is our important part that's going to bring everybody together. We're going to put that under values. And the default value for this is the sum of the salaries, which actually is great for us because that's what we're looking for. What pops up over here is the entire sum of the salary. So all the recruiters for this company make roughly 1,470,000. So, which is nice. And then we wanted to find out a little more information. So we want to know which person is getting paid and where, and we can do that by putting things like location and dragging it down to rows. And now we have each location and their subtotal. So Portland is making 235,000, which is pretty good. And then we can also do another one where we can say, let's say, contract. We can put people over here. And so now we have those that are under contract. So Portland has 170,000 as far as how many they're paying under contract. Or we can drag it right out and go right back to how many we have here. Now we can say, oh, all right, so I would see that Portland is making 235,000. I wonder how many people are making in each in Portland. We can do it this way. We can put it in columns, but as you can see, though, it's really long and it's really hard to read. So what we're going to end up doing is dragging recruiters back down to rows here. And now you have nice little subsets here. So Portland has Cooper, DeSaglio, and Martin. And then so we can see what each person makes here. And then we get a subtotal here. And let's say we're really just worried only about Portland. We can collapse these here and not worry about those people at all. And now we can see that, okay, so Scott Cooper makes 65 out of the 235 for Portland. So that's one way to do that. And you guys can mess around with this and make sure that you like it the way you want it. You can put locations over in columns. That way it gives however you want to realize, or how you ever want to set up this is something that you can do. What I just did was something important. So location and recruiters, as far as underneath a row, is the order is important. So if you put the location ahead of recruiters, now we get what I had before. But if you put recruiters ahead of the location, now you have each person as the far left, and then location is their second important part. So you want to make sure that the thing that you want at the top is the most important part. So since we were looking for a specific location with a specific amount of data, as far as like how much does everybody get paid in Portland, then this is the way to do it.